I should say also that the event was being held at the Jazz at Lincoln Center in New York City. So there's a NASCAR race car for sale. You want to hear about this one? This was pretty neat. And it's only going for like $30,000. Auctions America, I should say, is selling off a NASCAR race car. It's the number 83 Red Bull Racing Camry from 2007, which raced at Sonoma, finishing 14th at Sonoma, also raced at Watkins Glen, where it finished in 18th. The car was purchased by Red Bull Racing and is equipped with the Toyota Racing Development Engine, road course top loader, and 4-speed manual transmission, Alcon brakes, and full containment seat. It's actually a 2008 model and is going across the auction block on May 13th this Saturday and is expected to bring between $30,000 and $35,000. And then some more news on this Emmy. This is the part I was looking for. The Sports Emmy is presented annually by the NATAS, and that's the National Academy of Television Arts and Science. The award ceremony held at the Frederick P. Rose Hall in New York City's Jazz at Lincoln Center. Also in attendance, Daniel Suarez, who presented 3 awards for Spanish language achievements. Daniel Suarez, a 2017 Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series Sunoco Rookie of the Year candidate. Good stuff. Penalty update. Here's one. All right, so I don't know what kind of order I want to go in. Here it is, all right? So this is the last time we're going to talk about the number 2 team, okay? Only because more stuff keeps coming out. Now, here it is, okay? So it's official that the penalties issued to the number 2 team have been upheld. So we spoke about it. They actually had the final appeal was supposed to be on Tuesday, May 9th. And we mentioned that Team Penske originally wanted to go for the final appeal. Last week we reported that Team Penske decided that they're not going to do it after all. Well, they had the meeting anyway, I guess because they had to have the meeting, and so now all the penalties upheld, suspensions, fines, and everything. As we all know, Paul Wolf, crew chief, suspended for 3 races. Now he has already served 2. Okay, he served the first one at Old Club Speedway, and then they put the appeal in, so the other 2 were deferred. The second one was finally served last Sunday at Talladega, and now he's going to have to serve the third one this upcoming weekend in Kansas. And of course, the 35 driver point deduction and the 35 owner point deduction still stands, and so does the $65,000 fine. So yeah, it was Auto Club Speedway. That was the first suspension that Paul Wolf served, and then the last one at Talladega. The meeting was held on Tuesday. It lasted for over 4 hours. Oh my goodness. It was 3 members of the National Motorsports Appeal Panel, and they upheld the original penalties back. And then Roger Penske and Team Penske's competition director Travis Geisler were in attendance. Roger Warner, chairman of the ACCUS, ruled on the appeal. The ACCUS is the Automobile Competition Committee of the United States. Now, after saying all that, now we have a story brewing with the 22 team, which I haven't heard nothing at all this week. In fact, only 2 penalties were issued at Talladega this weekend, and both for the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. That's the 43 and the 7. The 43 team, Eric Almirola was the driver here. The 43 team failed post-race laser inspection, and officials also discovered a missing lug nut from the number 7 team. The number 7 car on Sunday was driven by Elliott Sadler. So the 43 team from Petty Motorsports, and the number 7 from Tommy Baldwin Racing. The number 43 crew chief, Drew Bleckensderfer, was fined $65,000 and has been suspended for the next 3 Cup Series races. And the 43 team was docked 35 driver points and 35 owner points. And Eric Almirola's 4th place finish on Sunday has been encumbered. Now, the number 7 team, crew chief Ken Davis has been fined $10,000 for a missing lug nut. driver of the number, as you mentioned, Chase Elliott. He finished 17th on Sunday. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to roll. We got the power rankings and the schedule. So let's take a look at the power rankings real quick. This is for the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series, post-Talladega, pre-Kansas. We got some Saturday night racing coming up this weekend, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm looking forward to it. So here it is, number 1 through 5 in order. We got Brad Keselowski, Kyle Larson, Joey Logano, Chase Elliott, and Jamie McMurray. Then from 6 through 10 in order, it's Martin Truex Jr., Jimmy Johnson, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, and Denny Hamlin. And then 11th through 15th, it's Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Clint Boyer, Ryan Blaney, Kurt Busch, Ryan Newman in number 15. Then number 16 through 20 in order, it's Trevor Bayne, Casey Kane, Matt Kenseth, Dale Jr., and number 20 is Eric Jones. Now this Saturday, look out for Danica Patrick's number 10 car with the Wonder Woman paint scheme. You can check out all the paint schemes for this weekend's racing at Kansas for the Cup Series and Truck Series. Head over to motorsportsradio.net and click the Kansas Paint Schemes button, and that will bring you to the NASCAR page. And they got a little slideshow there. Go check that out. Dale Jr. has the blue and white Mountain Dew car this weekend. Usually green and white, but it's got that new one. It's like that blue, right, with the white. So that's going to be Dale Jr.'s car. Joe Logano has the blue and red AAA car this weekend. And a bunch of other stuff. So, there you go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for this weekend's racing schedule. Yes, the moment everybody's been waiting for, because everybody wants to know what's going on this weekend. We're going to tell you right now. Let's do it. This weekend, NASCAR heading to the Midwest Kansas Speedway in Kansas City, Kansas. Capacity 74,000. Opened in 2001. 1.5 miles of asphalt, tri-oval. Bankings at the corners between 17 and 20 degrees. The front stretch is between 9 and 11, and the back stretch it is 5. Lap record set by an IndyCar driver in 2003, Scott Pruitt, Chip Ganassi Racing, 24.761 seconds. IndyCar is heading to Indianapolis Motor Speedway in Speedway, Indiana. No, not for the Indy 500. This is for the Indianapolis Grand Prix. This capacity 235,000 asphalt and brick. That's why they call it the Brickyard. Actually, back in the day when Indianapolis was first built, the whole track was made of brick. You can actually do some research on it. It's very interesting. Then they went to asphalt, and they left the original 1 yard of brick. That's where the finish line is. That's actually a chunk of the original bricks that were used in the original from back in the day. So that's how they got the name Brickyard. And of course, the winner gets to kiss the bricks. Track length is 2.5 miles. Bankings at the corner is 9.2 degrees, and at the straights it is 0. And I think we mentioned it last week, and I got a little write-up on it, that when the Xfinity Series heads to Indiana in July, they're actually using restrictor plates. That's a new thing that they announced this year. Now, Formula One, they're heading to Spain. And now, here we go. Here's this weekend's racing card. Starting with NASCAR Camping World Truck Series on Friday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's going to be on FS1 and on MRN. That's going to be the Toyota Tundra 250 with 167 advertised laps. Stages 1 and 2 will be 40 laps each, and Stage 3 will be 87. And then we have Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series racing on Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, FS1 and MRN. And that's going to be the Go Bowling 400. This one with 267 advertised laps. Stages 1 and 2 will be 80 laps each, and Stage 3 will be 107. IndyCar racing on Saturday evening. It's at 3:50 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll call that evening time. That's going to be on ABC for the IndyCar Grand Prix. And then IndyCar takes the following weekend off, and then the weekend after that will be Memorial Day weekend. But this weekend, Saturday at 3:50 on ABC. And Formula One fans, if you want to wake up bright and early on Sunday on Mother's Day, oh, by the way, before I forget, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Formula One racing on Sunday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Time on NBCSN. Also check NBC, and that's going to be for the Formula One Gran Premio de España. That's the Spanish Grand Prix in Catalonia. That's going to be 66 laps. Circuit length is 4.655 kilometers. Race distance is 307.104 kilometers. And the tires being used this Sunday are going to be soft, medium, and super. That's super soft. Alright, so program note, ladies and gentlemen, just so everybody knows about it, race recap live streaming, okay, on the Motorsports Radio Breakdown Friday night after the truck race and Saturday night after the Cup Series race, so we're not going to be on Monday this week, and that's going to go for this Saturday and next Saturday. This Saturday, as mentioned, the Go Bowling 400. The following Saturday is going to be the All-Star race, so we're going to do 2 Saturday race recaps, and folks that listen on demand will have everything is going to be ready to roll for you for on demand listening. I call it the Tuesday Club because we get a lot of hits on Tuesday. So all that stuff will be ready to roll on Tuesday, guaranteed. Now, if it rains, which I don't think it's going to, I hope not. So I'll let you know about that. Now, on Memorial Day weekend, that's going to be the Coca-Cola 600. That weekend, we're going to do the Cup Series recap on Sunday night. Okay, so we got 2 Saturdays coming up and a Sunday. And then after that, we'll be back to our Monday regimen because after the 2 weekends at Charlotte, because you got the All-Star race and the Cola 600, then it's Dover, which is coming up next after Charlotte. So I just want to let you know about that. So 2 Saturdays and a Sunday. And then we're back to our Monday regimen. Again, that's for live streamers. So you know about that. What else we got for you? Okay, that's it. Also available on demand, as we just mentioned. That's at motorsportsradio.net. So I'd like to say thank you very much for tuning in. We kept it short and sweet this week. From Long Island, New York, ladies and gentlemen, this is the home of motorsports talk. We talk about racing, that's it. We don't talk politics, because that pisses everybody off. We don't talk economy, because that might piss people off too. We just talk about racing, and that is it. So from Long Island, New York, this is Manny Allegretta, and this has been the Motorsports Radio Weekend Edition, motorsportsradio.net.